So I got my start doing welding. My first shop was really just I bought like some welding bottles, a welding torch, and a grinder, and I just kind of set up in a little shed, and I was just doing like bent steel, fabricated steel, welding it, grinding it, and figuring out how to, I was playing with ideas of, the difference between cold working steel versus hot working steel. If you cut steel, it's very geometric, but if you heat it and bend it, it'd be very organic. And early pieces were sort of about that contrast, and sort of building on that contrast, wanting to like make more geometric shapes and explore that more in depth is when I got into buying some of my first machine tools and milling machines. Those were like more simple geometries, and in time, I wanted to branch out, and I wanted to, keep building on what I already was learning. And the next logical step was sort of automation or CNC tools or some kind of computer-assisted fabrication. But I'm primarily interested in the underlying engineering of the pieces and the behind the curtain aspect of how I'm making what I'm making and why things look the way they look. I think it's only natural to kind of put art in an industrial museum to kind of talk about that relationship of how artists have always kind of been there to take up the slack of and preserve firsthand knowledge of how tools are used and their history, and they're sort of been they've always had an active role in preserving the history of a lot of the tools and methods of making things that we take for granted.